35 News starts now with a weather alert.
We're rounding out a Fox 35 weather impact day with some very cold temperatures in store again for tomorrow. This New Year's Eve is about to be the coldest one in 23 years. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. I'm Marlisa Goldsmith.
And I'm Luann Sorrell. We have live team coverage for you tonight on everything you need to know about the cold. We begin with Fox 35 storm team meteorologist Noah Bergeron. So Noah, time out this cold for us.
It's coming in tonight, Luann, as I'm sure most of y'all have already felt by now, but it's really tomorrow night into Sunday that the cold will peak. Right now it's already 39 in Gainesville while a frost advisory is in effect. 51 in Orlando, 49 now in Sanford, Daytona Beach, 52 in Titusville. If you're around the Gainesville area, there's a frost advisory for tonight. There will be frost tomorrow morning. If you had any sensitive plants or vegetation, they could get damaged or impacted heading through early tomorrow morning. Low temperatures, probably upper 30s north and west, low 40s around the city, low to mid 40s along the beaches at 7 a.m. tomorrow. 7 a.m. Sunday morning, the temperatures are even colder. 38 the air temperature in DeLand, 40 in Sanford, Lake Mary, 42 in Titusville, 41 Clearmont, 38 in the Villages, 34 the air temperature Sunday morning in Gainesville. Back to tomorrow, though. The high temperature is Saturday, 59 in Orlando, 58 Ocala. So upper 50s to low 60s will do it for your Saturday. Rain chances over the next few days, 0%. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 20% chance of a few showers on Tuesday, but that's not a big deal. So the notables for you tonight are the following. The weekend chill, I'm sure you know about that by now. You need a jacket, especially early and late in the days. Sunday in particular, I want to highlight for you, will be just beautifully sunny with maybe potentially hardly any clouds in the sky. And looking ahead to January, it does look like the wet weather pattern will continue. The outlook for the next few weeks is basically the same we've been in. Many shots of cool weather and a lot of rain chances thanks to the strong El Nino we remain in. We'll walk you through the rest of your holiday weekend in the first full week of January in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Noah, you can keep a close eye on temperatures wherever you are with the Fox 35 Storm Team weather app. It gives you the current temperature and breaks it down hour by hour to help you stay warm. All you have to do is scan the code on your screen for a link to download our app.
Our live team coverage continues tonight. The cold caught some tourists off guard, forcing them to go shop for some warmer clothing.
Fox 35's Patrick Perez spent the night on I-Drive. He joins us live from Icon Park tonight. So, Patrick, what are you seeing out there tonight?
Marlisa, I saw lots of cold and unhappy faces. I think a lot of these visitors I spoke with were expecting temperatures in the 60s, maybe the 70s, but feels like temperatures in the low 50s. No, thank you. I mean, tonight alone, I've got multiple layers on, probably 4 or 5, and I lived in Colorado for 2 years, so I definitely lost that. But some of these visitors aren't as lucky. They're having to head to the store to get some more clothing. And some fun facts for you. So we had Noah look back at the numbers, the temperatures from the New Year's Eve and years past, and they were pretty much around the 80s and 70s for highs. So again, this is not something visitors coming to Central Florida hoping for a warm New Year's Eve celebration. They are not expecting this type of weather, which is we've got the gloves out. No judgment though, right? We're live out here in Orlando. I'm Patrick Perez, Fox 35 News.
I do not blame you one bit, Patrick. No judgment here. Well, it's not the best beach weekend, we know that, but if you do plan on celebrating the new year with a trip to the beach, keep an eye out for rip currents. Beach officials say there are more rip currents than ever right now. Local lifeguards are trying to mark those rip currents so beachgoers are aware and swimmers are not swept out to sea. Officials say more people are getting caught in dangerous rip currents because recent storms reshaped sandbars, which created more dangerous rip currents.
They're always a concern because they can be very dangerous. You know, 1 second you're swimming out, you go a little bit too far, and then they start taking you down the beach.
Brevard County beaches are under red flag conditions right now, and beachgoers should be extremely cautious near the ocean. Make sure you're swimming near a lifeguard and try to spot rip currents before getting into the water.
In Brevard County, a double murder from over the summer has ended with 3 men behind bars.
Yeah, this was video from that scene back in July when 2 men were shot and killed in Titusville. Tonight, police say 30-year-old Ontario McCoy and an 18-year-old who isn't shown here were already in jail for other charges. 24-year-old Andrea Curry was found and arrested yesterday. All 3 men are now charged with premeditated murder and are being held without bond.
And in Lake County, a teen accused of trying to break into a home is shot by the homeowner. Mascot police say a 16-year-old was breaking into a house in the West Cardinal Pines subdivision yesterday morning when the homeowner shot him. The teen was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. No one inside the home was hurt. Police believe the suspect could be connected to another attempted break-in in the area. Spirit Airlines says it has fired the employee who put a 6-year-old boy on the wrong flight. He ended up in Orlando last week when he should have flown to Fort Myers.
Fox 35's Manny Martinez is joining us live tonight in the Alert Center with this update. So, Manny, the boy's grandmother says she did not want to see anyone fired for this.
Yeah, Luann, she told me today she would rather see the airline take more accountability and show her video of what happened instead of getting rid of the employee. Ramos told me she's been to therapy herself to deal with some anxiety, and Ramos says she's still considering Spirit's offer while also seeking legal help in this case. Spirit said in a statement today a gate agent escorted the boy to the wrong plane, adding, "This agent is no longer working with Spirit, and any individual whose actions resulted in the incorrect boarding will be held accountable for failing to follow our procedures." The company also says it's reiterating procedures to staff and is in communication with the family. Ramos says the company told her Spirit Airlines is still investigating the mix-up. Live in the Alert Center tonight, Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News.
Manny, thank you. Next on the Fox 35 News at 10, 2023 was quite the year. We saw the good, the bad, and the hilarious all caught on camera. We're taking a look back at some of the most memorable moments after the break.
Also ahead, a motorcyclist fell off his bike and was run over by 8 different drivers, but no one stopped to call police. We hear his family's plea for anyone involved to come forward.
Plus, lots of people showed up to watch a pair of launches from the Space Coast, but some were turned away. We've been working to find out why.
Don't go anywhere. Fox 35 News at 10 on this Friday will continue in just a few minutes.
Today, I feel blessed.
We pulled tons of trash out of the river.
Folks have been swinging by, dropping off school supplies.
Being hungry is a terrible thing. It's so cool.
It's fun to see the community come together.
I donated over $700.
Your toy will go to a family in need in Orange County.
And how do these dogs help people?
They become superheroes for veterans like myself.
Fox 35 has been amazing. The community has been amazing.
If you can change your community, we can save the world.
Welcome back. Year after year, people are caught on camera doing the good, the bad, and sometimes just some funny things.
And 2023 was no exception. Fox 35's Garrett Tenney has some caught on camera highlights. We are rounding out a weather impact day, and we are in store for another tomorrow.
And Fox 35 storm team meteorologist Noah Berggren is joining us once again. So Noah, it's going to be very chilly, at least overnight.
That's right, Luann. The afternoons will be a little better. I mean, it'll be in the 50s for highs, but nothing I would say that is warm, certainly for Florida standards. But it's going to be pretty chilly the next couple of nights indeed. Before we go through the forecast, I wanted to give you a little recap here on 2023. I figure we might have a good audience of you all tonight here on this Friday, and you know, some of you we might not see again here till the new year. So the big 3 takeaways, in my opinion, now obviously I'm new to Orlando, so I wasn't here for all of this, but just even from afar when I wasn't here, I'm very aware of how warm the state has been. Miami, Tampa, Fort Myers, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all are going to be the warmest years on record. Orlando, it's within 1/10 of a degree, but as of right now, the mean average temperature, that's all the daily highs and lows added and averaged together, is 75.8. If that stands through the weekend, that will make this year the warmest on record in Orlando, and records in Orlando go back to 1893. This is an interesting one, and if some of you are outside a lot in the warm season, will probably shake your head at me at the TV right now. We had the second most amount of days in Central Florida ever with a temperature of 85 or hotter. We had 232 of them this year. Back in 1922 was the record. We had 245 days that were 85 or hotter. So it was really warm. That's the first takeaway. The rain was actually about average, even though December has been way above average. Just over 52 inches of rain in the rain gauge officially in Orlando. That's actually pretty close to average, so nothing big there. Obviously, Idalia, one of the big storms that hit Florida this year. this was before my time here, but the hailstorm earlier this spring was impressive for Florida standards. A common misconception, people who have not been in the Midwest will often think, as I've talked to some of you, Florida doesn't get hail. Florida's kind of a sneaky little hail area, and it'll be interesting to see this spring coming out of the El Nino if we get something like this again. But obviously, those of you who are here are very well aware that this was quite a little hail event earlier in April. That's some video from Melbourne earlier in the year. So El Nino is going to continue through the rest of the winter. What does that mean? Well, basically for Florida, as you've already seen, cool periods and really wet and a lot of storms. We've had how many weather impact and alert days already because of this? Well, El Nino is because the subtropical jet, that's the jet stream that goes around closer to the equator, is really active, and that brings moisture across the desert and into Florida from the Pacific. That pattern is going to continue through at least the end of February. So the early outlook is very wet, very active January with a lot of cool periods mixed in. Out there tonight, we're in the 40s and 50s, 39 the exception in Gainesville. There go the majority of the clouds to the east. There's some snow showers tonight in Kentucky and Tennessee. We're not going to see that here, but it's that cold air that's draining down into the southeast you'll notice tomorrow. So a few clouds tomorrow morning and midday. By the late in the afternoon, it totally clears on out. Sunday, for the most part, here's 8 a.m. Notice it's just almost entirely sunny for the entire state of Florida. Now, it's not going to be, warm, but it'll be bright and sunny. Monday, a few clouds come in late. Then Tuesday morning, there could be a few showers, but that system's not a big deal. Looking ahead towards the end of next week, here's Thursday. So next Thursday, notice system number 1 gives us a good shot of some rain, a break next Friday, and like I just explained to you with this El Nino, very active subtropical jet stream. Another big rainmaker is in the cards for next weekend. This is January 6th, and this one could actually turn into quite a snowstorm for the central United States. We've already got 2 big chances for rain in our sights, one next Thursday, and then as you see here, one about maybe 8 to 10 days out from now. So tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy. We're in the upper 50s, 42. Sunday morning, bright and sunny, 62. So it's cold this weekend, 68 Monday, and then we'll watch that rain chance coming in by Thursday.
All right, Noah, thanks so much. Just ahead, surfers make it their mission to hunt for monster waves, but a beach full of people had no idea one was coming. We'll show you the wipeout from 3 different angles.
Plus, Border Patrol is on high alert in the new year. We're going to tell you how many hundreds of thousands of people have already been caught trying to cross the border this month alone.
Fox 35 is now streaming free on Fox Local. Download now.
Holy! Oh my God! Oh, what the?
Caught on camera, a tidal wave slammed down on people in Southern California. Several waves were as tall as telephone poles. Around 20 people were swept off their feet and nearly carried away. 8 of them had to go to the hospital. Here's a different view of that same huge rogue wave as it crashed over a different seawall. Dozens of more people were caught off guard. Several of them were washed down the street. And finally, check out this view from a business security camera further inland. People had to run from the water that came rushing up the street. You can see it washing over parked cars. High surf warnings are still in effect along that stretch of coast through tonight. And a news alert now. The U.S. Border Patrol is reporting the highest monthly total of migrants ever this month.
Lawmakers hope to strike a deal that satisfies Republicans and Democrats. Border Patrol reports they've encountered more than 276,000 migrants at the border since December 1st. That's the highest monthly total on record. The Biden administration sent top officials to Mexico to meet with the president and say they will work closely with Mexico to manage illegal immigration.
Still ahead tonight, a total of 8 different vehicles ran over this man who was lying in the street, and no one stopped to call police. We speak with the family of the veteran killed in a hit and run.
Plus, we have an update in the search for a different hit and run crash. We'll tell you who was tracked down for killing a 23-year-old on Christmas next. And I'll meet you back here for the late news at 11.
New tonight, a family's holiday is spent planning a funeral. This is 26-year-old John Dyer.
He was riding his motorcycle in Lake County when he lost control and crashed. Troopers say after that, 8 cars ran over him. Fox 35's Deborah Cho spoke with family struggling to grasp what happened.
Deborah, thank you. A Fox 35 update now. The car wanted in a deadly hit and run in Melbourne on Christmas Day has now been tracked down. Police say the car looks like the one here on your screen, and now they're trying to figure out who was driving it. 23-year-old Andrew Sofranco was killed in that crash. He was crossing at the intersection of South Harbor City Boulevard and Strawbridge Avenue when he was hit by that car. It happened just hours after he served as the best man in his father's destination wedding. His family is now begging for the driver to come forward.
I can't even imagine the amount of guilt that they must be feeling as well. So I'm hoping that they listen to their conscience and do the right thing so that we can get justice for Drew.
If you know who was driving the car around midnight on Christmas Day, Melbourne police want to hear from you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines full power and liftoff.
From the Fox 35 Mission Control, SpaceX pulled off the double feature, launching 2 rockets just hours apart last night. A Falcon Heavy rocket with 3 boosters took a military space plane into orbit. The boosters then landed back on Earth safely. Then SpaceX launched another batch of Starlink satellites on a Falcon 9 rocket around 11 last night. That Starlink launch marked the company's 98th launch this year. And those 2 launches drew a big crowd at the Space Coast last night.
So big, in fact, that many people who bought tickets to watch it at Kennedy Space Center couldn't get in. Fox 35's Esther Bauer spoke to people who drove hours and were then denied at the door.
In the Fox 35 Sports Zone tonight, bowl season continues. Undefeated Florida State takes on the Georgia Bulldogs in the Orange Bowl tomorrow. In the studio, Jessica Ely, Fox 35 Sports. We'll be right back.
Developing now, Florida is ending another year with the same old problem of skyrocketing home insurance costs.
And state leaders say that the reforms could take another year to deliver results, with no guarantees they're ever going to pay off at all. Tonight, Fox's Craig Patrick shows us what more could be done to try and bring the costs down.
Well, state lawmakers reduced costs for insurance companies by making it harder to sue insurance companies in the hope that they would pass their savings on to all of us.
Well, Storm Team meteorologist Noah Berggren is back with us tonight.
No, we are going to need those jackets this weekend for our New Year's celebrations, aren't we?
We are indeed, and in fact, it's interesting why it's so cold in Florida. It snowed earlier in the week across the Central Plains, and you may not realize it, but snow is very dense, and the cold air is hard to completely, it stays its ground. It's not as tough as sleet is, because sleet is even denser than snowflakes are. But my point of that is there's a pretty good snowpack on the ground in the Midwest, and where the low pressure is that's over the eastern part of the heartland is helping draw some of that air down that's over that snowpack and shoot it into the southeast. That's part of why it's so chilly. Not the whole reason, but it's part of it. And we've still got that frost advisory in effect tonight for areas around Gainesville and stretching up to Jacksonville and Duval County. Frost is expected in those spots as we go into tomorrow morning. 37 in Gainesville. That might even be a little warm. I think we could get down to 36, 35 tomorrow in Gainesville, just because we're already lower than it looked like it was going to be up there. The rest of these numbers are probably pretty good for the air temperature tomorrow morning. Here's Sunday morning, coldest readings because the sky will be clear, the winds will be light. Remember your meteorological recipe to get that. Clear sky plus light winds equals the ideal recipe for radiational heat loss for the heat of the day to escape back up in the atmosphere. So clear sky, light winds. That's why Sunday morning will be the coldest of the weekend. 38 the air temp in the Villages, DeLand 40, Sanford 42, Titusville. Here's the view over I-4, which is still cooking with some good amount of traffic. And you see here in the top left, this is an accident along I-4 here. I believe that would be going southbound. on I-4. So heads up there if you're getting out to drive this evening through the overnight. It's 39 already in Gainesville, 46 the Villages, 49 in Sanford, 51 in Orlando. I wanted to show you this from last night. Got in a ton of beautiful photos. Many of you are great photographers. This from Jennifer in over the Indian River in Rockledge. This was a great view last night. It's a very long exposure. You see the launch going up and then the stage separation. Pretty cool there to see from last night. Just wanted to show you that again if you missed it from earlier. All right, the clouds for the most part are moving to the east, but there's going to be a few more clouds here in the central southern Gulf that come across the state tomorrow morning and midday. So tomorrow we'll still have some clouds out there, but it's probably dry. We've got a front in the Midwest. We've got a lot of rain out in California. Obviously, it's a big weekend out there because Michigan-Bama plays on Monday. It's a good thing that game is not tomorrow or Sunday because that would be a brutal rain bowl if the game was tomorrow. So good news there if you're a football fan like me. That front will be out of California by New Year's Day. Still some snow showers ongoing in the Midwest tonight. Low temperatures this morning were pretty cold. It was 33 this morning in Tallahassee. Temps out there right now. You see the cold air creeping into the Panhandle. It's 38 currently in Tallahassee and Jacksonville, 51 right now in Tampa. Here's your forecast tomorrow. Notice a few clouds. There could be some showers tomorrow in South Florida. I don't really think in our area. As we go into Sunday, it looks great. Lots of sunshine. Things should be beautiful. Maybe hardly even any clouds out there. Monday, sunny through the midday, a few clouds Monday night. Here we go into Tuesday morning, maybe a shower early, but it's really not a lot. There could be a rain system as we go into Thursday of next week. We'll keep an eye on that. Doesn't look like severe weather at this point, but as we go into next weekend, another big chance of rain. Very active weather pattern looks like it will continue as we go forward. So real quick, your New Year's Eve climatology, 29 the coldest ever, 85 the warmest, and that was in 2021. This year, the high temperature on Sunday will be the coldest we have been since 2000, 62. 68 New Year's Day, 63 Tuesday with a shower in the morning, 70 next Wednesday and sunny. We'll watch that big rain chance coming in for Thursday of next week.
All right, Noah, thank you. Coming up next here on Fox 35 News at 10, a curious pup named Harvey chased a critter a little too far. He got stuck in a pipe. See the massive rescue effort to get him out.
Looking forward to that one. But first, the Fox 35 Pup Patrol. We're trying to save you some money. Gas is $2.85 a gallon at the 7-Eleven on University Boulevard and Forsyth Road in Winter Park.
Ring in the new year live from everywhere. We're bringing you celebrations from around the country and around the world. Live, raw, and unfiltered. You'll see it first. I'm Andrew Kraft. Be here for New Year's Now.
Welcome back. Trending tonight, police, firefighters, and animal officers all teamed up to rescue a beagle in Colorado. The dog named Harvey got stuck in a drainage pipe as he was trying to catch a critter he was chasing. Well, the first responders tried going through both ends of that pipe, but they couldn't reach him. Eventually, they used a big bottle of compressed air and sprayed it inside the pipe, which got Harvey to move. He made it out and was reunited with his owner.
And Luann, it's possible no one loves Christmas more than this guy. A giant anteater up in Jefferson County just couldn't wait to get his Christmas gifts. The staff at the North Florida Wildlife Center shared this video showing King Boomy barreling at the gifts, tearing them apart, and even shoving his paws into boxes before rambling off again. We hope whatever was inside there wasn't squished in the process.
I'm hoping he got ants, because isn't that what an anteater wants for Christmas?
It's right in their name.
Yeah.
The late news at 11 is coming up next.
Fox 35's Marlisa Goldsmith is live to kick things off. Hey, Marlisa.
Hey, Lou. Guys, we're celebrating the weekend on the late news at 11. Do you have any New Year's resolutions yet? Maybe hit the gym a little more? Well, we'll run down things people are focusing on. And I'll see you back here in just a few minutes.